scatter.
Gobble, gobble, sons of bitches. Gobble, gobble. Oh, turn that back on. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. Congrats on, I believe, Wazzy getting first today. Welcome in Azaria, Creeper, Yvonne, and RJ. Welcome in, everyone. It's good to see you. And welcome in all of my players as well. How's my audio doing? Not bad. Okay. If you guys have not checked out my players before, please go give them a love and lurk. Go check out all their lovely channels if you have not already. Why can you hear my keyboard? I hate that, actually. Hey! The Twitch baby. Oh, the Wazzy Speaks. That's a horrifying name, Wazzy. I hope you know that.
Wazzy Speaks? Yeah, he does that.
Wazzy Speaks has truly come to fruition. Jesus fucking Christ.
To fruition. Also,
Yes,
Wazzy Speaks. Yeah, I'd hope he does. Given that like 80% of your stream is yapping.
Just made that joke.
Good lord. Alright. But yes.
Yeah, but I made it funnier, so...
I appreciate you, Wazzy. Thank you for the resub. But if you guys have not checked them all out, please go do so. They stream quite often, and they're super fun folks to just hang around with and be around with. So, and if you guys want to check out any of our lovely adventures, please go check them out there. You guys can type in command and their name and find out more about each and every single one of the characters, and all of them, their blurbs were written by the players themselves, so you guys get a little bit more knowledge about each of the characters. But greetings, dear spirits, and welcome to Tables of Tartarus, a division of Purgatory Corner, where fate is bound by dice and stories are carved into eternity. I'm your storyteller, Sinspeaks, and today we're going to be continuing the tale of King's Kindness. Take your seat at the table and let the thread's destiny unravel before you. Every story has a reader. You should always share your stories. Alright, who remembers last episode, ladies and gents?
The nannies.
You what?
The what?
We did shenanigans.
Oh, shenanigans. Oh. Okay.
I thought you meant like nanas, and I'm like, they were old people?
I was very confused for a moment there, to be perfectly honest with you.
It's not very hard to do, Sin.
Well, you know, just because you're correct, it does not mean that you are not correct. But anyways, yeah, so we did lots of shenanigans. Do you guys recall which shenanigans those were?
Oh, let's see. We helped. Was it fucking create weapons of mass destruction? I'm sure later on we'll find out if they are.
Will eventually become mass weapons of mass destruction and mass weapons.
Mass weapons of mass
This
destruction.
weapon does have some mass, yes.
Yeah. Pretty thick
Hey,
weapons,
nice
to be perfectly
mass.
honest with you.
Fucking.
Oh, right, I spoke with Penny.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys got to talk to Penny last episode, which was very
I
exciting.
controlled the blood, and then I tracked down a bunch of weed elves, and then I got them arrested. One of them shot me with a lightning bolt.
You did do that.
Getting electrocuted in this campaign?
I know,
That's
wild,
unheard
right?
of.
In this economy, Jesus Christ, it's a hell of a dealings. But yes, you went and tracked down a large quantity of the god's blood to be able to tinker and play with it, and managed to, I suppose subdue would be the best word to use there, or, you know, beat the ever-living Jesus out of every single one of the people in there. Except for the ones who gave up. You very specifically didn't beat the shit out of the ones who gave up. Tied them all up, gave them to the guardsmen to have whatever dealings with them being done. Presumably, they all went directly to Greg. So that should be interesting. and then you went back home. You started tinkering with your blood and kind of figuring out how to use it. Possibly traumatized at least 2 of the players with the ooey gooey sticky blood of the bird that you created. I, for the life of me, cannot remember what the rest of you guys were doing at home. I remember it was important, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it was.
It was just like training and the weapons got dropped off and other stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it was group bonding session.
Group bonding! My favorite kind of bonding.
Power of friendship.
Yeah. So you guys got to talk with each other for a while. I believe Callista had Otus train her on how to use her great weapon.
Oh yeah, and Otus got clobbered with it.
Absolutely got fucking beat down. I think it broke. Yeah, Ortuz broke off a side of the house, or a piece of the inside of the house, because he could, and that broke under her. Favorite form of bonding was group trauma. You know. So that's also a favorite of mine. Yeah, and then you guys, I believe Grail asked Ortuz to show him how to polish his sword better.
Yes.
It was a great bro bonding moment between the 2 of them. And then, yeah, I believe after that point, you all more or less were like, time for us to head out on our next adventure over to Hollow Haven, which is somewhere over here. I haven't decided exactly where over there yet, but somewhere over there. So yeah, you guys had, I believe, another long rest. You guys are in tip-top shape. I believe, Grail, are you taking your horse with you?
Yeah, well, he's a spirit horse, so he comes everywhere.
Yeah. So you got your horse with you. You got the carriage that you guys had from last time as well. That you took over to the memory area. And I'm assuming you all just kind of bundle your way into the carriage and set off.
Yeah.
All right,
Andy-
sounds good.
I think Andy wants to ride in the front.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Andy's gonna ride in the front.
All right, fair enough.
Shotgun.
Show
Shotgun.
Sim said
shotgun.
it's my turn in the front seat.
What's a shotgun?
You'll find out later.
So I'm going to have all of you folks
That joke's a few hundred years
tell
too early for
me.
you.
We'll have all you folks tell me
It's ahead of our time.
where you guys are seated inside of the carriage, and then we're going to do the session prompt. So, Andros, you're sitting up front.
Oh, front shotgun. Yeah.
Fair enough. Ortuz, where are you sitting?
Probably somewhere where he could relax.
That's a fairly large cart, so...
Like rest his legs up and everything, probably.
Alright. So you're probably just being like the back, laying down, just like putting your
Yeah.
feet on your supplies for wherever you guys need to. Alright. Thor.
Yeah, probably.
Anywhere with a view.
Probably inside with your book.
Hello?
Yeah, well.
Hi.
Did you guys not hear me?
Yeah,
no,
anywhere with
weird.
a view. I would probably
Oh,
say either just like right next to Callista or on the back of the carriage, depending on if you want behind or forward.
You know what? Uno reverse. Is there a roof on this thing?
God damn
There
it.
is, but
I
it's
knew you were gonna
cloth.
go there.
So Thorn is just a roof baby.
So it's a hammock, is what you're saying. Is that
Yes.
Thorn gets a hammock.
It's gonna be a very uncomfortable hammock, but you could use it as a hammock, yeah. Alright. Well, with a lot of very careful movements, you managed to get onto the roof of the carriage. Callista, where are you?
Callista wants to continue her whittling, so she is sat like in the dead center of the carriage to try and like have the most stability.
Fair enough. Grail.
Grail's going to be probably riding dissidents alongside the carriage.
Alrighty. And Odette.
How much spare money do we have?
Depends on if you take the contents of the chest with you.
Because I want to buy a horse. I want Odette to have her own horse that she'll be riding side saddle on.
Yeah, with the frankly excessive amount of money that you guys got from the undersea serpent, you would certainly have enough money to buy a decent horse.
Glorious. I shall do that.
Did they ever tell us about the money yet? Because I don't think they've still told us about the money yet.
Good question.
They've not told us about the money. It's
At least me and you, Thorn, fucking have not been told about the money. I'm sure
Don't worry
Odette
about
was told before she arrived.
Listen, this is why Callista's so good with money, because she just forgets it's there and doesn't spend it.
Just like you for real.
Hey.
Jesus.
Man,
Callista
what
with
was that
money is you
supposed
with
to
your
mean?
food.
Mood.
Oh, man.
Did you guys tell Andros
Before
and...
we...
Hmm?
Oh. I think we would have told them. Especially, like, can we... So what we know about Hollow Haven is that it's kind of like a commune, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't have too much need for gold, would we?
Not really, to the best of your knowledge. I mean, you would need gold for general supplies inside of Harmonious Haven, but going towards Hollow Haven, not really, to the best of your knowledge.
Yeah, so like, well, like when we get into Hollow Haven, do we know if they use money? Because it kind of sounds like they don't.
You do not.
Okay, so we don't know if they use money or not.
No.
Okay, well, I guess in that case we would just take the money with us. But yeah, I think we would share with the party.
Okay.
We would tell them.
Oh
Be
boy.
good friends.
Forget how much money you guys had in total.
Enough.
Here it
A
is.
whole bunch. Think
Yeah,
of
if-
the biggest number you can think of, Sin, and then say it out loud to make it canon.
You guys have approximately 120 gold pieces to spread around the whole party.
Yay.
I've got no more use for money, I don't think. I've gotten pretty much all the stuff I was looking for, except, while we're on the topic of treasure, Sin, we received a helmet many sessions ago that I remember.
Yes.
What happened to that helmet? I want
I believe you have it on your waist because you didn't want to put it on your head.
I didn't. Last I remember, I didn't get it. It was with.
I have it.
It was
Mel had it.
initially
Yes, it was
with.
the-
It was with Mel because she wore it while she was doing some history checks or something.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where it went after that. So I remember
Uh,
wanting to get it, and then it deviated away from the topic, and then I forgot.
that's a fair point.
Just wondering.
I would say yeah. So Mel had it when she was doing her memory checks on its existence and stuff. I'd probably say, and you're welcome to correct me on this, Odette, when she left, she probably would have left it in her room.
Yeah, she probably dumped it somewhere
Yeah. So
for the party to find.
you would probably have been able to find it relatively easily, especially as of the last couple of weeks and such.
All right. In that case, I'd like to, while Grail is riding, I'd like to take the time to like, examine it.
Okay.
As a quick side note, who the fuck is driving this? Is it?
If
you're here,
Is it Ortuz? Because if Ortuz is driving, Andy will drive then. If it comes down to that.
All right. It depends. I would say it depends on if Grail you want dissonance to be moving the carriage, or if you want dissonance to the side of the carriage with you on top of him.
Do we have a need for him to be pulling the carriage? Kind of high.
Not necessarily, although you would have to get another horse to actually drive the carriage. Although you guys did have Cupcake, I believe, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, we had two. We had Cupcake and then something with like a super intense murdery name.
I don't remember the other name perfectly.
me,
honest with
me
you.
and Thor have
look at-
no idea what
yeah,
you're
so
talking
it-
about.
Hey, I
It
didn't
was-
name it. I've got my
It
own
was like
horse.
it was like Deathbringer or something.
Yeah.
I had that in my head as well. Actually, I just didn't want to sound like an idiot saying Deathbringer.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure that was the name of the other horse for some fucking
Cupcake
reason.
and Deathbringer.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll go with
We
that.
sure
Yeah.
will
So you
be
guys have
doing horse.
Cupcake and Deathbringer. So yeah, Edris,
Dissidents and
you'd be driving both those horses. The guys got Dissonance to one side, and you got Odette and her horse
Malice.
Malice on the other side. Yeah, that works well. Grail,
We've
what
already
exactly?
We've got two evil-sounding horse names. Yours has got to be cute.
Fuck off.
We like
what?
don't we have the contrast? You're a super murdery person riding Flower Girl or something.
Oh.
What are you specifically looking for when you're investigating the helmet, Grail?
I guess I don't know about anything in particular. Like, he's curious because it seemed like we know it has some kind of magic power because I'm pretty sure Mel identified that and she was getting bonuses while wearing it.
Yeah.
So I guess he knows that it's magical, but he would like to see if he can figure out anything else about it.
Okay. Roll me a Arcana check. And since you are doing this just passively, roll me with advantage.
Okay. I am not sure that advantage is going to be of much help, given that I believe my Arcana is a -1.
Just like me for real.
Alrighty, where's the button?
Do I see him doing this?
He would be next to
yeah.
you, so yeah, I would imagine so.
Out in the open.
Guidance.
Neither of you guys are focusing on the road while driving.
I just have to look at him and give him guidance.
We've got two distracted drivers.
It's fine. The horses know where they're going. Alright, so yeah,
Run over
roll.
some random ass peasant.
Yeah, roll advantage with a bonus 1d4.
After some mead.
See if this works. It does work.
Hey, very nice. Oh, that's not bad at all. Alright.
Hell
Yeah.
Okay.
15 plus 4. Yeah, wow, shit. Very nice.
So, as you're looking over this helmet, it's old. This is a really fucking old helmet, and yet it does not have any of the usual, what would be the word? I suppose presentations of like brittle or anything like that of an helmet. It feels as firm as any other helmet you've ever worn. It feels in your hands probably a couple of years old. Like, it's super sturdy. Wear and tear. There's like no true wear and tear on this that you would expect from a super old helmet. While it has like some of the looks of it, obviously some grime, some dirt, some dust and stuff like that. That's pretty much just been like caked into the metal itself, kind of giving it that aged look. It's incredibly stable, and looking over it, there's a lot of runes that you don't recognize. There's a lot of bits and pieces that, like, the leather, for example, is almost kind of coming apart in your hands. But everything about like the metal is incredibly well made. You would probably say this is dwarven quality, or at least something very similar to dwarven quality from what you can tell. With your Arcana check, it does have an innate magical signature to it. You can feel the magic from the helmet kind of radiating into your hands. It's almost an uncomfortable feeling, you would say. Whatever magic it does radiate, whatever it does, wearing it for a long time, probably, something in it would probably try to interact with you, I would say, is what you would be getting from this Arcana check.
Question.
All right.
I got a question.
What's up?
Because I haven't been here for that session when you
Yeah.
got it. Has they already identified what it is?
Pretty sure Mel did, didn't she?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mel has already identified it as the magical item Faded Glory.
Okay.
Did she know the full details of what it did? I know that she was getting, I think it was advantage on history checks, but do we get any other effects off it?
There are a couple effects that you get. I have to pull it up real quick.
I mean, like, I as a player know, but do we in character know?
Yes, you would know. You would know any effect that Mel has told you so far.
What did Mel tell us?
I don't think Mel would have like hidden what the helmet did. Like she wasn't gonna wear it, so she would have given it to someone else and told them. I'm
Okay.
fairly confident.
So yeah, you would know the full details of this helmet, which I do need to find again. I think I sent it to, or you sent it to me actually, some long time ago.
Yeah. I think can we say, for the sake of things being fun and interesting, that we do not know about its curse?
Yes. The curses will never come out unless unless you actively wear it. So you have no idea what the curse of this thing is, or even that is truly cursed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think it is more fun if we do not know, or my character does not know.
Yeah. So what you can tell is that this helmet is obscenely sturdy. You can also tell that at least from what you saw with Mel, that she certainly had an easier time remembering things with it, specifically old history. And you can kind of feel in this helmet that kind of radiates to other people. Mechanically speaking, it allows you to take other people's damage once they hit a certain threshold. But thematically speaking, you can feel a deeper connection to those under you.
Feels like I'm better able to protect those around me.
Yes, basically.
All right. I think with all of that knowledge, Grail, Grail will put it on.
Okay, interesting. Hold on just one moment. I'm just having to double check something.
I
Cool.
don't believe it has any like effect as soon as I put it on. It's more like
No, it has a lingering effect that takes place after a certain amount of time.
Right.
But for right now, I am going to have you do a wisdom saving throw.
Sure thing.
So you would have to attune to it if it's required to attune.
That's not quite the wisdom saving throw, but that is something you also have to do. Do. God
Oh, wow.
fucking damn.
Sure.
Sure. Well, we know how this session is going to go. So, you put on the helmet, and the first thing that you feel is actually, like, for everyone else who's watching your character, you kind of, like, slump over just a little bit. It's almost like you are kind of like half asleep, half awake. Everyone who's watching you, like, it doesn't look like you're asleep, but you're definitely, like, your body is kind of swaying a little bit more and such. For you, you are now seeing the same battlefield that Callista saw. You are now seeing the same battle, the same fight that the original wearer of this helmet did, and you essentially get a full-on, like, environmental history of this battle that this guy goes through. You learn that the original wearer of this helmet went through this entire battlefield, which, like, for you experiencing this takes like a solid 2 hours of him just constantly fighting. and going through hordes and hordes of people with the only thing on his mind being, I need to save her. And essentially he's fighting all the way to the castle, which you recall being the castle that you found the helmet originally in. The guy that you fought, you see through puddles of blood, through reflections on armor and shields. This is the guy that you had fought, that you had battled, and that you had killed. And he's fighting all the way to the castle for like several solid hours. And as you get to the castle within this guy's body, essentially you kick the fucking doors open, and then you make your way all the way into the castle, back to that area that you had fought him in. And that area, you see now from his eyes is a pretty pristine, like, throne room almost. Like, it's a really nice area. There's a shit ton of people who are in this area. Some are nobles, some are guardsmen, some are sell swords, mercenaries, all that form. And your dude that you're in the heads of is slaughtering his way through this, as you can see from across the distance at the edge of the area, what appears to be some kind of princess almost, but some kind of clear royalty, looking at you with both awe and clear adoring look. As you're fighting your way through this horde, you feel, physically speaking, you feel several arrows having now been stuck inside of you. You see him like punching his way and stabbing his way. His sword breaks, so he grabs another dude's sword and another guy's javelin and using those, like fighting his way all the way to this chick. And as he does so, like going through the horde, you see from behind you, you can hear someone notching an arrow, and you've been stabbed by quite a few of them, so it barely even phases you. But you turn around to either catch the arrow or hit the guy with the javelin, whatever it might be that you're thinking of. As you look and see him notching that arrow onto what appears to be a crossbow, and he fires. It's not at you. Instead, the arrow flies true and impales the girl in the heart. And your entire vision goes red. And that's the last thing that he seems to remember before the scene cuts. And every single person in that entire area is dead. Hardcore dead. Every single person in there. And that the guy is holding the girl in his arms, like tears clearly dripping onto her as she is far beyond dead. And you have at least like several mortal wounds on you, but you don't seem to be able to feel them properly. And you grab your sword, or a sword that's next to you, and you plunge it next to the girl's body, and you can hear in his voice him saying what appears to be some kind of oath, which is, I will protect this body, I will protect this domain until the last day of my last breath. Until the day that someone comes to retrieve this helmet, her body will be saved. No one will get past it. And then you kind of like snap back into your own body, and maybe 5-10 minutes have passed for everyone else, who like every now and again will look over to you, see you're slumped over, before you like jerk upwards with a with a shock, basically. You're not in pain necessarily, but you do feel most of those wounds, just like the idea that those wounds are still there, but no pain coming from them, if that makes sense.
Like a dull ache?
Yeah. Like, you can almost feel his history persuading through you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You just had a 4D theater experience.
Pretty much. You literally lived those like solid 2 or 3 hours of sheer combat. You lived it through his eyes and saw him, and you saw the oath that he made. And you in this moment would realize why he had fought you in that area is because, like every other adventurer who'd managed to find their way in, he was protecting the grave of the girl that he was clearly in love with. And something about that moment, something about the history clearly was making people forget about it for some reason or a moment. Maybe it was his anguish, maybe it was his sorrow, maybe it was his passion, who knows. But something especially about this helmet from last time that you guys were there clearly had some kind of effect that influences history, that influences memory. And you're definitely feeling it through your body now as you are wearing the helmet.
Interesting. All right. I guess I guess I've come back to consciousness. Is anyone kind of like looking at me? Am I being stared at, or is everyone kind of just brushed it off?
I feel like Andros would probably be able to see you. I don't think anyone else, aside from Odette, would have decent line of sight with you.
Thorn would be staring.
Oh yeah, Thorn's
I
on
mean,
the
I'm
top of the
riding alongside the
carriage.
carriage, so
Yeah, Thorn's
Okay,
on the
alright.
top, Ortus is inside, Callista's also inside, so yeah, everyone but those two would be able to see you decently.
all right. I guess Grail will take the helmet off, not like rushedly, not like
Yeah.
it's a bad thing or anything. Kind of just like he was, as if he just put it on to test out how it fit, how it felt, and everything, and then just take it back off because there's no need to be wearing a helmet at this point in time.
Cool. Alrighty.
And then put it on his belt or something, I suppose.
Have it jingle jangle next to you. I like it. Alrighty. We're going to do our session prompts today, because we can. And we're going to be starting on, I believe, Andros, question mark?
We started with the Andros last time.
Okay, in that case, we'll be starting with Odette. I can never remember which side I
Say
started on last
thank
time.
you.
Alrighty, so, Odette.
No, hold on. I'm pretty sure we started with me last time. I'm pretty sure it's Andrews this time.
Which side we start?
Are you saying that on purpose? Are you saying that?
Conveniently, I would note that, wow, it's weird that Ortusa will be second in line as speaking up about not having to go second. Isn't that
I
strange?
swear, it's Andros
Thank you.
first
We're
last time.
discussion, please.
Curious, even.
Pulls out tomahawk, I swear to God. Alright. Yeah, we're going to start with Odette. Odette, what is something that your character either pretends not to care about or tries to show that they don't care about it, and why do they hide it? If they don't care about anything, or they struggle to care about something, what is something that they absolutely refuse to lose? And do you think they will ever let go of it, for better or for worse?
I mean, look, the only thing that Odette refuses to lose is the cursed sword, because it makes her fighting more fun. And so, no, I don't think she'll ever let go of it. Not willingly, anyway.
Do you think there will
Like,
ever
she
come a
knows that it's
time where it will
cursed.
be a bad thing to hold on to it?
For Odette, no. She's content with how her life is, like, progressing, how she's living her life. If she dies, she dies, you know? So...
Alright, fair enough. I like it. Grail, my good sir. What is something that your character either pretends not to care about, or tries not to show that they care about it, and why do they hide it? Or if they don't care about anything, or they struggle to care about it, what is something that they refuse to lose, and do you think they will ever let go of it for better or for worse?
I think this is a bit of a rehash of one of the last things we talked about in one of the other session prompts, but I think the thing he pretends not to care about is basically the fact that he's sacrificed his life to this revolution. he hasn't quite literally lost it yet, but he's dedicated his entire existence to it under the idea that he's trying to better other people. But in the process of that, has not actually gotten to experience his own life, really. He's not lived for himself. He's not done anything that he thought would actually make him happy. It's always been what other people want. So he's never lived a life where he's really felt his needs being met. Even before he actually dedicated himself to the revolution, it was spending time in the town, basically working for the good of that town and living off like the absolute pittance that they had after the bandits raided. So he's never really had anything, and he does feel a pang of jealousy seeing other people like that, and even a pang of jealousy toward the people that he's trying to make this a reality for.
Okay. Do you think that he's ever going to reach the point where he can do things for himself? Do you think that once he completes his revolution that he will try to make a life that is his, or do you think that he will continue this same facet over and over again?
I've thought on this one a lot, actually. I don't know if it will happen at all. It may happen. It may even happen before the revolution. I think that would be really, really cool for character growth. But depending on, I guess, how things go and how many opportunities I think he gets to kind of grow himself in that direction, I think it would be really great for there to be opportunities for him to start to live for himself and see something beyond the revolution.
Okay. Callista, what is something your character either pretends not to care about or tries really hard to show that they care about it? Or not to show that they care about it. And why do they hide it exactly? If they don't care about anything, or they struggle to do so, what's something that they refuse to lose? And do you think they'll ever let go of it for better or for worse?
I'm pretty sure my question is dependent on, not my question, my answer is dependent on this factor. I'm pretty sure once you leave the Feywilds, you start to forget things from it, yes?
Kind of. When you leave the Feywilds, the Feywilds themselves are pure chaos. So when you're in the Feywilds, your brain tries to make it make sense to a degree, but after you leave the Feywilds, what was chaos cannot be defined by normality means. So you remember bits and pieces of it, but it doesn't necessarily make sense for obvious reasons.
Okay, that is pretty much perfect. One thing that does bother Callista is she does not recall any of how she survives in the Feywilds, and that bothers her. Especially because it has... essentially, that was how she became as strong as she is. That's when she found religion in her life. That's when she learnt to whittle as a way to recall those. So she has other smaller little whittled statues, but she doesn't recall who or what they symbolized. Everything sort of from that period is very airy to her. Even her maces, she knows they aren't hers, but she doesn't know how she attained them, if they were just from a corpse or if she created said corpse.
Interesting. Okay.
So that is something that very much bothers her, but she chooses to ignore it as best she can.
Ooh. Okay. Thorn. What is something your character either pretends not to care about or tries not to show that they care about it? And why do they hide it? If they don't care about something or they struggle to do so, what is something that they refuse to lose? And why? And do you think they'll ever let go of it, for better or for worse?
Had trouble trying to think of something in Thorn's mindset, so apologies on I don't have an answer at this time.
Fair enough. Alrighty. Well, in that case, Ortus. What is something your character either pretends not to care about or tries not to show that they care about it? And why do they hide it? or if they don't care about anything, or they struggle very deeply to care about something, what is something that they refuse to lose? And do you think they'll ever let go of it for better or for worse?
I think he tries to be very, like, hi. He's very much like he tries to act his size and, you know, like be big and brawn, and he really cares about appearing like this tough, gruff guy, but he ends up just always caring about things too much, or not too much, but just like he's like, oh yeah, I need to be emotionless, but then he just ends up crying or something. Yeah.
Alright, so he tries very hard to be kind of like that big, broad, manly man kind of thing, but it's just not something that is like fully him.
Yeah, like in a fight, he's easily like the most eager, but when it comes to other stuff, he's just more, you know.
He's a golden retriever.
Yeah.
Alright, dude, fair enough. Andress, what is something your character either pretends not to care about or tries not to show that they care about, and why do they hide it? If they don't care about anything, or they struggle to do so, what is something that they refuse to lose, and do you think they'll ever let go of it, for better or for worse?
So he struggles to care about anything and stuff like that because of how he was brought up. But the one thing he refuses to lose is the memory of when he first met Death.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Because that's such an ingrained thing in his memory, and that's why he's striving to see Death again.
Do you want to go more
And
into detail
understand.
about that moment?
Debating. It was the moment after he was given the biggest mission when joining the organization.
The moment that really solidified him inside of his organization.
Yeah. Right. Which, after he succeeded in that, he was greeted by death for a couple of moments. And that's why he strives to want to see death, because he doesn't understand. He wants to understand more on what death is, in a sense, and what death means to other people, too.
Okay.
And other cultures and such. Just because, well, we don't have the gods anymore, then why is death around? Is death superior than a god? So,
okay.
Does death transcend death? Like, is death at the higher order?
Does death ever die?
Right. Because obviously the gods are gone, meaning that death came from the gods at some point. So.
Okay, I like it. Alright, so you guys are going to be traveling approximately about a week or so. A week, maybe a week and a half, up to the Hollow Haven. That's approximately the distance that it takes for you guys to get there. So, for traveling this time around, I want to do something a little bit different, because I don't get to do travel very often without feeling clunky. So I want to do something a little bit different this time. You guys are in your general setup. Thorn's laying on the top of the carriage. Ortus is in the back, just kind of relaxing. Callista's also in the back, whittling, trying to make sure her whittles are pretty good and she's not going to slice her hand or anything. Grail's to the left, or Adet is to the right, and Andress is in the middle. So you guys are traveling. Now, for each of you, I'm just gonna pick you guys at random at this point. In fact, I'm gonna use D6 to pick one of you guys. But when I call upon you guys, I want you guys to be like really thinking about this as we go through. What I want you guys to do is, I want you guys to pick a memory that you have. Any memory, doesn't matter, but a memory that your character would have. Does not matter what the memory is, doesn't matter if it's a big one, a small one, whatever it is. I want a memory that we can really like kind of like lean into. And then I'm going to think of some kind of connection that you guys will have while wandering to that memory. And then we're going to dive into that memory just a little bit. Kind of playing around as we wander through. As you guys experience the memory and then come out of the memory, you guys can interact with the other party members, maybe during a campfire, whatever it may be. You guys can explore that a little bit with each other, some fun roleplay or something. But whatever it may be, that's entirely your guys' choice. But we're going to be kind of exploring your guys' characters a little bit more, kind of wandering into your guys' memories, kind of seeing what we can do with your guys' thoughts as we journey. So I'm gonna roll d6. 1 is Andrus, 6 is Odette, just because left to right is easiest for me. And we're gonna see who I'm gonna pick on first today. 3, that'd be Thorn. So Thorn.
Okay.
As you guys are traveling, small talk, of course, is happening. Sometimes long stretches of silence, whatever it may be. But you're on top of the carriage, just kind of sitting there, kind of looking around the area. What is a memory that your character would be thinking about at this time?
I guess at the moment he'd be reminiscing on just some random school stuff, when the professor takes you out on a field trip with a dozen students and only like 3 of you come back, the fun times.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what? Fair enough.
The
All
others
right.
were picked up by their parents, right? Right?
So
Hal Bear in a trench coat comes to pick up a student.
So yeah, you see an owl bear in the distance now.
It was always like the same 3: Thorn, Draenor, and what's her name that follows Draenor around.
Mm-hmm. So as you guys are journeying down the route, I will say you are kind of reminiscing about those times that you would be journeying with Kieran and Draenor and a few other folks, going through a lot of the forest. You guys are hitting some patches of trees, some patches of plains. It's a relatively simple journey all the way to Hollow Haven. And as you guys are looking, as you're looking around and stuff, you're seeing similar plants. You're seeing some interesting fauna as they run past you guys. A whole bunch of like random stuff that just kind of happens, and you get flashback kind of to let's see, what's a good flashback here. We'll go with you and Draenor were pretty close back in the day. Back in my day. But no, you guys were pretty close as you guys were journeying, and Kieran would very frequently tell you guys to work on your spells as you are going out, as you are exploring the areas. Work on your spells, work on your control, work on your knowledge, essentially. Figure out a tiny thing to be able to learn more as you're exploring. Everything should be a moment that you are learning. Everything. And one of the things that you learned how to do at this particular point in time would be the spell. I'll give you a couple options. This moment in time could be when you first learned how to use Detect Poison and Disease. It could be when you first learned Featherfall. It could be the first time that you learned how to use hold on. I got one more. Detect thoughts, which should be interesting. Or is the first time that you learned how to use lightning bolt? Which one would you like to
There's a
learn at that
couple of-
moment in time?
A couple of good ones in there. I wish I learned at that moment.
Yeah.
I'd like to say. Oh, who'd we lose?
Ortiz.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
He will arrive. Which one? And he's back.
I'm gonna
Knew it would happen
say
at some point.
lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt. All right. So I will say that this particular time was it was a particularly stormy night. You're remembering it just because you're hearing Callista mutter under you. Thoughts of Callista lead to Callista using lightning bolt or call lightning on a few things essentially with her thunder god essentially. The fact that Callista is tied to the lightning god makes you of course think of lightning, thunder, storms, and the other times thinking of some animals, and you remember specifically at that moment being taught with Draenor on how to harness lightning itself and to take that lightning, to take the charges and to be able to shock things. And specifically, Kieran was showing both you how to hit a specific target. In this case, he was using a deer who was set quite far from you. Considering it was your very first time, I want you to roll a flat d20 as you are learning how to use it. Fuck me sideways.
We're
All
destroying
right.
you today, goddamn.
I know,
Make it up
right?
for the other session.
So it's some
Right?
interesting shit we're learning today. Callista, you do smell the familiar scent of lightning, specifically above you. As Thorn, in your memories, you remember learning this thing faster than anyone that you've ever heard of learning it. Like, you were taught how to do it. Kieran legit just pretty much just like showed you how to do it. Like, he held out his hand, made the lightning bolt, and shot it. And you see Draenor next to you, like, trying to do the same, but not quite being able to pull the lightning into his hands to be able to take that energy in the first place. And you do it like it is second nature to you. You do it like there is literally nothing to it, as you just like let it loose and it hits the deer, and you pretty much go like right through its chest frame, pretty much killing it like instantly. Is the thunderclap from the lightning striking is deafening, but it's something that you remember very, very fervently because it was something that it was one of your first times ever using that spell, and you did it literally perfectly. And it was one of the very few spells you've ever done with that level of precision. And being able to do so every time you think about it fills you with pride to some degree. And as you are thinking of it, subconsciously you're just gathering that energy in your hand and then dissipating it, and then gathering it and then dissipating it again. Your book kind of to the side. Huh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine. But your book is to your side, and as it always is, and you're like remembering the page of the lightning bolt, and you're like forming the energy and dissipating it. As you do so, Callista, you can literally smell the lightning above you, as it's something you have so much experience with at this point.
Burning ozone.
Yeah. Now, the amount of times that Callista has been hit by lightning at this point, that's a very familiar
Listen,
sense.
okay, we don't need to talk about it's half the reason her hair's frizzy, okay? It's just all the constant static.
Yeah, so you're able to recall this smell, this you can definitely, you can look at outside and like you're seeing like no thunderclouds are around, so clearly someone is using the magic above you. You can hear the crackling and then dissipates, and then crackling and then dissipates. It's a fascinating sound to you. And we're actually going.
Thorn's magic have a smell as well, since Mel and Callista's magic had a smell or like a sensation.
That's a good question. I think, or Det, was Mel's one smelling like rain?
It was petrichor, wasn't it? Like the smell of
Yeah,
something after the
it was.
rain?
I remember.
Something like that?
I remember Penny being really annoyed that she wouldn't teach her how to do it.
Yeah. So I think Mel's was rain. I think. Who's the other one that you said?
Callista.
What does Callista smell?
I think I forgot what it was, but I think it was like strange flower petals on the wind or something.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, like a summer flower field, essentially.
Yeah, something like
Okay.
that.
So, Thorn, what would be the smell that your magic gives off? Usually it's something tied to the character, or it's something that they have deep ties to, or deep connection to, or just something that you really like the idea of flavoring as. What do you think Thorn's magic would smell like?
Damn, put me on the spot like that.
We just want to know.
No, it's fine. It's just never thought of that.
Proceeds to go to Yankee Candle to pick out a candle scent.
Tell us your
Pulls up-
signature smell.
Pulls up Yankee Candle. Yankee Candle. Who's calling me? My mother's calling
It
me.
smells like a donkey after a long day.
He's gonna start telling us the top, middle, and like bottom notes of his magic now.
Yeah. Hold on. Phone call. Hi, Ma. I'll talk to you in just 1 second. Is it an emergency? What's up? Yeah, I'll call you right back. Bye.
Knowledge so forbidden he got called on his like sending stone mid thing.
Mother, I didn't know you were still alive.
Fucking
Greg
Kira
was
just being
calling
like,
up
don't
just
you
like,
fucking
"God,
say
we-"
that shit, I swear to God.
Even Greg wants to know.
Wait, this is an ascending stone. It's a Ouija stone.
Oh my god.
You know what? I don't know if this would make sense or not. Because like Thorn is an elf, right? And he
Yeah.
comes from a pretty decently large city,
Mm-hmm.
which is, I assume, more urban, medieval urban, compared to some of the smaller cities.
More or less, yeah.
I would like to imagine it would smell a little bit like kind of stormy, like out on the ocean.
Ooh, interesting.
Ocean
Oh,
spray.
so like
Oh,
saltwater spray.
homies.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, that can work.
Storm homies.
So yeah, Callista, you'd obviously be smelling the lightning, but you'd also be smelling like the ocean, like the scent of waves crashing into rock, and like that small mist, like, you know, pulling over you. That's kind of what you're smelling at the moment. So, well, we'll move on directly to you. What is a memory that would kind of be coming up for you? Either one while you're whittling, one that you smell from the ocean, one that you're smelling from the world around you, the ozone. Was a memory that is coming up as you guys are journeying down this road.
I'd say while she's while she's whittling, it definitely would remind her of the first two pieces she ever whittled, which would be symbolizing her aunties.
Okay.
Which I'm so sorry, but I'm going to retcon one of the names because Aster and Ethel are. One of them is horrific with a lisp, so it's I'm very sorry. It's going to be Elaine and Ethel instead.
What was the first one?
Elaine.
Ah, okay. Yeah, just
Slight
slap that
retcon,
onto
that has been
your
driving me nuts.
your journal.
I have updated my journal. Do not worry.
Cool,
I was doing that.
Okay.
But I'd imagine she'd, pull them out and look at them, and they're very chunky and they're not very good looking, but one of them is a fox and the other is a hare.
Okay. Yeah, so as you're kind of looking at those whittled pieces of wood, and kind of remembering them, what memory about your aunties does this spark for you?
I feel like it would spark memories of foraging. That was one thing her aunties would love to do together is forage, because Auntie Ethel was nuts and did all weird sorts of fucking magic that made no sense and used way too many ingredients. But it was a whole family occasion, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They all went out and they all had their baskets and they picked mushrooms that looked yummy and then they picked other shit that she actually needed. But it would be a grand afternoon of getting distracted, her auntie oversharing on certain herbs, and just getting horrifically lost in a forest, which is a very fun time.
Okay. Yeah, you remember those moments quite fondly. Your aunties shouting and yelling about something or another. Sometimes them having like what would essentially be a food fight, but with herbs at times. Kind of giggling to themselves with the wild nature that you've grown accustomed to with the nature of the Feywild. You've gotten lost on so many occasions that honestly trying to narrow down one would be damn near impossible. The smell of the ocean mist kind of brings up a moment in your mind when you were getting lost again in the forest or hearing their voices in the distance, and of course, the Feywild being the Feywild, the journey itself doesn't necessarily make sense to you in your mind. But you're in a forest, and then you're standing next to an ocean. You're standing next to waves that are hundreds of feet tall, and yet make an impact like only a couple of inches. The waves themselves, the ocean itself, doesn't make sense to you, especially not even your memories. But somehow it just kind of works. It just kind of blends together. You can remember the smell of the ocean misting over you. You can smell the ozone in the air as thunder and lightning strike off in the far, far distance. And yet the sound of it is almost next to your ears. You can hear your aunties behind you as they kind of talk about the ocean. They talk about the memories they have here. They talk about your wild nature practically makes you one with the weather, with the craziness of the storm as it rushes in and pulls away. It flows and ebbs with the force of that which is inside of you. The way that they talk about the weather, the way they talk about the storms, the way they talk about the thunder and the lightning, the waves crashing against the shores, you can feel the weather god in your chest, kind of beating in harmony almost with your own heart, as you can kind of almost feel like the god itself is almost saying, "I chose you, and this is why."
Yippee! Memories of a feral baby.
Ortuse, being next to Callista, you're obviously hearing her whittle the little blocks down and such. And then I would probably say like you'd be kind of watching her to your side as you're kind of like relaxing, laying down. Your greatsword next to you, so you're not like laying down on the obscenely sharp blade. And you can hear her like stop whittling after a point, and then she just kind of pulls out these two. You wouldn't say they're particularly well made. They're clearly like some of the first ones that she whittled, considering how well she's made some of her newer ones. But they're definitely something important. It seems like she's just kind of getting lost in the in whatever memories or whatever she is seeing in these two whittled statues. She just seems to getting lost in them as the cart rocks.
So,
Do you say anything to Callista, or is this making, or to think back to something else?
I can quickly mention that the one she is whittling at the moment is Latus's one. It is Big Dog. I forgot what it particularly is as a continuation from last time. Hold on, I had a note. It is a Mastiff. One of them big dogs.
Big
So
paparito.
it may look slightly familiar, since it is supposed to look like you.
Just a big dog with Hortus's face.
He looks at the hair and he's like, that's unkempt and long. Reminds me of something.
It's got fucking mutton chops for some reason. I'm guessing he would probably know what whittling is, right? Like,
yeah.
To an extent, yeah. That's oddly familiar. What are you making there?
I'm whittling, you, actually.
I don't know if I've ever been on four legs, but...
Well, not actually you. Humans, well, you're not really a human. Humanoids are complicated to whittle, so everyone gets an animal. And this one's yours. And Callista will, like, hold the little thing close to him. Behold.
Huh. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty accurate. And he's fucking like, he's like really up close to it. Like 2 inches away. Just...
It's like his nose is almost touching it.
Not that damn small. It's like I'd say. The
yeah, but he's
size
got
of
attention to
palm.
detail with like little,
Not true.
like smithing type of stuff or like creating things. He's got attention to detail, so he's looking at everything and appreciating it.
Is this how we learned that Ortus is actually half blind?
No, he...
I'm joking.
The amount of sparks flying into his eye when you're smithing, it's got to do some damage.
He's just like, I take these sparks to my eyes on purpose so I can refine
when
them.
Ortus is around, just not the good kind.
He's used to radiant damage.
Oh,
But I would say it probably reminds him of like the first time he ever experienced the forge, as in like getting dropped off there and like taken in.
Mm-hmm.
Like seeing Callista's first pieces of work.
Yeah. You remember the very first time that you were ever allowed to use the forge with Boren. Now, Boren's not particularly good. What's the word? Good parental figure in terms of safety. Yeah. He doesn't quite understand the difference between him as a dwarf and his way of dealing with sparks and fire versus a child. So yeah, he let you into his forge. He was letting you showing you the ropes essentially, because you had a great fixation, you had a great fascination with the forge, with everything he was doing, with the sound of it, the rhythmic beats, and just the power behind all of Boren's swings. But most importantly, the thing that you loved the most about watching Boren forge is the absolute love and care that he had for every item, every weapon, everything that he ever forged has the same love and care to it that you can clearly see in Callista's. And you remember the very first time they ever tried making something for Boren, it was actually a horseshoe, because he would make random tiny bits and pieces, and making a horseshoe is it requires a lot of detail that is really hard to do, but it's also really hard to fuck up as long as you keep practicing it over and over again. And if you do fuck up with it, you can always just keep doing it, you know? So he had you do that at first. He had you play around with it. The very first horseshoe that you ever made was so fucking ugly that even you had to say, wow, I done fucked up on this one. Like, it was bad. You're not even entirely sure you could make that shape again if you tried nowadays. Like, the things that children are able to do is astonishing. But you remember showing him this fuck ugly horseshoe that if it was ever put on a horse, you would be injuring the horse with. And you remember showing him it with such pride, with such happiness, and such like I made something, you know? And you remember Boren taking the horseshoe from you and him going, this is the worst goddamn horseshoe I've ever seen in my fucking life. But this is the greatest thing I've ever seen you make. You also remember he has never once taken that fuck-ass ugly horseshoe out of his shop ever since.
He hung it
on the fridge.
It is a constant reminder to you how fuck-ass ugly you can make something. But it's also a constant reminder to you that as long as you put in true love and care directly into whatever the item is, that is what was important. You can always learn to redo something, but you need to do it with love and care. Otherwise, whatever you produce just doesn't fucking matter, because it's not going to be useful in the future, because the love and care you put into it is what makes it. And you've held that your entire life because of it. You can see with Callista's whittling, it's not the best whittling, obviously. I mean, she's doing it on a carriage. Like, it's bumpy, there's a lot of weird scratch marks, and, there's a lot of bits and pieces that, like, it takes a very trained hand to not be able to make bigger fuck-ups on a moving, constantly bouncing carriage in the middle of a shitty road. So you can see, like, she is very good at it.
It's kind of fitting for her too. She's scarred everywhere.
That is true, yeah. And but you can see like the little the little details inside of it. She's made some remarkably small details in each of these bits and pieces of this whittling thing, and kind of moving into the rocking of the carriage and the moving the knife around so that the bounce of the road actually nicks it harder and moves with it rather than trying to fight it. You can very clearly tell, like, there is a substantial quantity of love put into this this statue.
Well, thank you for taking the time to do this. It looks... I don't think I could. It looks too fucking finicky and annoying for me.
Co-
I'm not good.
No, it's me. Brain shit itself. I'm thinking.
Is that what you did? Oh, fuck.
I'm appreciated. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Callista wouldn't know how to respond. I don't think she's. I don't remember if she's ever been thanked for the whittling before. It's usually a thing she just does on her own, so it's kind of. It's nice to be able to share with the class, but she's not sure what to do with the praise that comes with it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, you know what? I'd say she gets a little bashful and she goes back to her whittling.
No. It's adorable. Alright, dude.
I'm assuming we left at daytime, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say he would. I think he might just take a nap now. He doesn't get to nap much. He's gonna nap.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, as the day flows on and just kind of continues, honestly, it's a really calming ride. There's nothing particularly big is happening as you guys are journeying on forwards. Nothing is stepping in front of the carriage. There's no bandits that are attacking, much to the dismay of Odette. There's no thunderstorms. There's no raging weather. There's no like insane things happening. It's kind of just an incredibly peaceful ride. As you guys move on for a while, you guys eventually have to stop because nighttime is slowly dawning on you. And of course, you gotta let the horses rest. You gotta get your own rest. You guys start making camp. What are you guys talking about while you guys are making camp? While you guys are setting up for food? What are you guys talking about since you guys are on the journey together? Is it just general small talk? Are you guys starting to go into something deeper? What's going on with the party dynamic here? Any one of you guys are welcome to answer.
I feel like Callista would show off her tent making skills. You know, hit him with a little "what's this?" and then start tent making to whoever may watch.
Andreas will watch.
You're shockingly good at making tents. You have probably more experience doing so than I think anyone in this entire area. All right.
Yep, and that's with a pre-made one. You should see what I can do with just some wild scraps and vines and stuff. It's pretty good.
Andreas nods. He's like, impressive. He just goes to mix his own tent and stuff. Makes his own.
You can tell that Andrus is, I mean, not as proficient as you are, but not bad. Not bad, you know? A few areas they could improve on.
When Andreas goes to make his own tent, Callista, like, deflates a little. She's like, my tent's not good enough for him. Just compliment my tent and then walk off.
So it's just like, I see how it is, you son of a bitch.
Callista's sulking now.
Andreas was genuinely impressed. He was just like, just doesn't have the emotional attention span to fucking be like, praise in the sense and just continues to go and do his own thing.
I will show you how I
anyway.
do mine. Alright, and the rest of you?
I imagine Grail would just be busy pitching his tent as well. And then
Sorry.
What?
Reduce.
Really?
Down boy.
What? What am I missing?
Have you never heard of pitching a tent?
No.
I'm shocked you never heard that euphemism before.
I don't. Now I feel dumb.
What did I
I-
come back to?
I'm shocked you
Just
never heard that
real
euphemism
pitching a
before.
tent.
Yeah, I heard. Jeez, Grail, I didn't know it was morning already.
Oh, I see. Now I understand.
That's bad, or two.
Is that a long sword in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Can't see it through the armor.
I couldn't help it.
So Grail is setting up his tent, he's not as good as Callista is by far, but he knows how to make a tent. I honestly don't know the process to make a tent because I never have, so insert tent experience here about making tents.
Have you never gone camping and made a tent?
No, never gone camping, not even once.
Oh, well,
Um,
I was gonna say there's pegs, but I don't think I want to mention those after one or two. We don't need Grail pitching a tent and Callista pegging in the same episode.
Dear fucking
So
Christ.
unbelievably concerned by this statement. It's horrifying. Well, yeah, Grail setting up his tent pretty well. Ortuz, what are
Ortuz is
you
gonna do what
doing,
he
dare
did.
I ask?
in his army days and start ripping branches off trees and making a makeshift like little hut that's covered like camo kind of ish.
I love that the idea that like Andros, Callista, and Grail are like setting up tents and shit, and they just hear you like ripping like tree branches off. Yeah, just like throwing like mud and leaves and shit on it, and just kind of like crawling under it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Traditional camping.
Jesus. Do any of y'all comment on Retus's traditional camping methods?
Callista gives a round of
Andrews-
applause.
Andrews
Inspiring
just,
stuff.
just stares for a long moment as he just slips into his tent and be like, all right then.
That was impressively done. Slides into tent, and I'm done.
Yep.
Fair enough. Thorn, what are you doing as the night starts to come? You guys are setting up tents and stuff, campfires around. It's been a very peaceful day. The journey has been smooth so far. Nothing has been terrorizing you. The weather hasn't been god-awful. The world has just been calm, collected, and cool.
Question: Did we get the tents from the house, from the wagon, from anywhere specifically?
Just kind of like pulling out your guys' supplies from the wagon. You guys all have like backpacks with
Perfect.
general
That
supplies.
answers my question. Yeah, no, Thorn doesn't own a bedroll or a tent. He's very minimalist.
Just crawl into the fucking the carriage, just like I'm good, guys.
Yeah, he's either gonna just sleep in the carriage under his cloak, or he's gonna climb into a tree and just sleep on a branch.
God. All right. You guys would all be able to very easily see Thorn getting ready to we'll go with the carriage for now. Getting ready to like curl up inside the carriage and sleep in it, which you guys can't imagine is the most comfortable thing in the world, but you also just watched Artus lay down on dirt with a camo tent above him. So yeah,
How well does he actually
I
fucking
think he would have.
climb that
I think he
tree?
would have put some leaves on the ground so he's a little bit more comfy.
yeah.
I'm
Alright.
just picturing
I'll be back.
this scrawny dude who's a fucking book nerd climbing a tree, scrambling up it just to fucking sleep in it.
Just like fucking squirreling his way up. Just like, in books. But yeah, Thor just kind of like goes into the carriage, pulls out a book, and curls up under his cloak, starting to read. Reading by the moonlights and the campfire. Do you guys talk to each other as the night is starting to wane? You guys still have a couple hours before your general time where you would be going to sleep, so you guys could tell war stories, you guys could tell history, you guys could small talk for the next couple hours. Odette, are you back? Or are you still AFK?
Oh, I forgot to say I forgot
there.
to say back when I've been floating around. Yes.
No.
Odette's just been sitting on her horse, watching out,
Okay.
waiting for someone to attack them.
Waiting. Alright. Yep. As the night starts to wane, or starts to, I don't know what the word would be. You guys know what I'm talking about. And everyone starts getting to their general tents and stuff like that. Are you making your own tent as well? What are you doing?
I mean, she'll sneak into someone's tent if she gets really tired, but otherwise she's probably just gonna, like, rest on her horse. She'll be fine.
Fair enough. Alrighty.
Room Callista's tent.
Yeah, she imagines that Callista probably has room in her tent, so if nothing else, she'll retreat to that. But, like, yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. But yeah, so Grail and all the others, do you guys talk about war stories? Do you talk about general small talk to pass the next few hours? Do you guys deep dive into your backstories, telling everyone about that one time that you now killed a fish because it sacrificed your loved one to its god? You know, what
Jeez.
Really specific there. Is this something you need to go into, Sin? We're here to support you.
This is how the world was created.
Yeah, you know, fishes sacrificing loved ones. You guys know how it is. But yeah, what are you guys talking about? What stories are you guys telling around the campfire as the night starts to go on?
Will we have any alcohol in hand that isn't
Almost
wine?
certainly. I cannot
The lake
imagine
wine
you guys
is
did
too
not
good
give.
to leave the house. The lake wine
Yeah.
stays at home.
I cannot imagine you guys didn't buy a shit ton of wine specifically for Tooth and Grail.
Well, and I'm assuming we have cups if we have alcohol.
You have mugs, yeah.
I was gonna say,
Well,
Ortooth does seem like the type to lip the bottle while everyone's trying to drink.
Altus will pour a cup and carry the bottle and hand the cup of alcohol. What is it? Just wine?
We'll say it's the equivalent of wine. It's a little bit stronger, but it's the equivalent.
He'll hand it to Grail and sit down and then take a swig from the bottle.
Fair enough.
Grail will reciprocate. Grail will loosen up a bit and have a swig himself.
Nice. Getting Grail to enjoy himself. God damn, Ortooth, you did it.
Yeah, finally.
Break through that armor, boy.
No.
Oh, there you go. Fucking. How's that taste going down?
Horrible as ever.
I'm back again. Sorry.
Yeah.
No worries.
At least I know I can be frank with you. I know that you don't enjoy drinking this shit either.
No, it tastes a bit weird, to be honest. I'd prefer something that's a bit more Do we have whiskey in this world?
I'll see you guys
Yeah.
have a thing of wine. You guys have a bottle of whiskey equivalent, a bottle of vodka
Oh, we do?
equivalent, and a bottle of would effectively be ale.
Oh, so we
The
do
amount
have
of-
whiskey.
The amount of men I've shared campfires with who have pretended this is the nectar of the gods itself, desperately trying to convince everyone that they are somehow better than everybody else, able to take it like it's nothing, is exhausting.
Yeah, well, it's not. I've, drunk it a lot, so it's not like I'm used to it, but it still doesn't taste the greatest. I'll go see if we've got something any better, and he's gonna go and see if he can grab that bottle of whiskey.
Start
Whiskey
rummaging
equivalent.
through the supplies on the cart. Kind of getting up there, you kind of like see Thorn just kind of laying down there, reading a book from the Lay of the Flames as you like get up next to kind of like standing next to Thorn.
And he'll walk back over and he'll go. I'm assuming you found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna walk back over and here, try this. I think you might prefer this one.
I'll take a swig of the new one. What is it like?
Cool. Yeah, it has what you would imagine like the old school whiskey taste to it. It burns like a motherfucker going down, but I mean the taste isn't bad. It's definitely a better than the wine, I would say. I would imagine you aren't the kind of person that would enjoy the taste of wine much, but whiskey kind of does it for you a little bit.
Okay.
Still burns like a motherfucker though.
It's good burning though.
Yeah.
How exactly did we get this stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. I just rummaged through and seemed to find it.
I'll chalk it up to Mel. If anybody was hoarding alcohol, it would be her.
Yeah, probably. Well, at least she left us something. Even though she leaves us the fucking house.
Oh. Much as it pains me to admit it, even in her absence, I must compliment her taste in alcohol. Perhaps she
Trying
wasn't
to
all
figure out
bad
something.
after all.
Oh,
She said perhaps she wasn't all bad after all.
yeah. I know. I never really had much interactions with her, but she seemed alright. Maybe we'll cross paths with her again at some point, but who knows? Have
Much
you
as I
done-
butted heads with her and the rest of our existing party, I can't help but say I don't miss them.
Have you done a lot of camping, or
A good amount. Traveling with
I'm
men in
assuming-
the south, between towns, fighting bandits, hunting them down. Makeshift militia and all. I doubt it was as rigorous and well organized as what you've been through, but in essence, it may have been similar.
Yeah, we were taught, to always be kind of vigilant about everything, and we couldn't really relax too much. So the tent I built was just out of habit, making sure it blends in with the grass and trees surrounding the area, but it's something that's just it's kind of enjoyable now.
Didn't notice the camouflage until now. Clever. Never something I even considered or supposed needed. The difference between hunting down disorganized ragtag bandits and fighting entire organized armies would pose such a real threat. The difference in our experience shows. You prove
Yeah, I
yourself
doubt-
more sorry. You prove yourself more capable every day.
I mean, I doubt we'll need the camouflage, but you know, it's just something that brings me. It reminds me of the days I spent with. Fuck! I never came up with a name for him. He was supposed to be Ortus's best friend. How did I not come up with a name for him?
How dare!
Shit.
The days I spent
Yeah,
with
that guy.
NPC 1.
Yeah, that guy's
Son,
my
can you
best
recommend me a
friend.
name real quick?
What's his race? Human?
Yeah.
Jacob.
Well, it just brings a bit of comfort, reminding of the days I spent. As I'm assuming I've probably mentioned it before to Grail, because I'm pretty sure I have mentioned the whole army thing to Grail before.
I believe so, yeah.
It doesn't ring a. I was gonna say it doesn't ring a bell, which is gonna be a great opportunity to get you to talk with him.
Oh, there you go.
Oh no, it was Thorn I talked.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah, I talked about it with Thorn.
Mm-hmm.
Not Grail. It just reminds me of the days I spent with Jacob in the army, so you know, it brings a bit of comfort when I do it now.
I don't think I've heard you mention this Jacob before.
Have you not?
Is he a friend?
No. Was, yeah.
Was. Suspected that may have been the case when you used past tense. I am sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's
And many great men lost in battle. None who I will say I was close with, so I cannot pretend that I understand your pain. But I sympathize nonetheless.
it's definitely something that has stuck with me, and I'm slowly, as I hang out with all you guys and as I spend more time with you, it's becoming less and less of a problem. That was how I originally broke Ocasis here. Not trying to save his life. He had already passed by the time I was able to obliterate the people who did what they did to him. So having Ocasis fixed is also kind of a way for me to start moving on, because having that sword broken was a constant reminder of that, you know?
I can only imagine how painful that would be. And I'm glad that you've finally found some kind of peace with that. Ocasis does look more incredible than ever. Perhaps a testament to human resilience. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. As much as it hurt, you are stronger for what you've been through. You are able to protect those around you even greater now. You have, at the least, not let his death be in vain. I'm certain that if you could see how you are now, you would be proud of the man you've become.
I just wish it didn't have to happen to him, you know? Like, out of all the terrible people in this world, the people who don't deserve it always get the bad end of the stick.
Exactly as I was going to say. Those who deserve it the least receive it the most. That's why I do what I do. It is not for fame, it is not for glory. It is because I and countless others have suffered at the hands of those who did not deserve a shred of the good that they received. The world is lopsided. I hope to make it so that other people who deserve it truly can receive what is good and what is right. And it does not go to those who selfishly hoard it and look down upon the others, their fellow man, as they suffer.
I've never really seen your revolution that way before. I just thought it was, down with the government type of thing, and I kind of got that because they're a bunch of assholes. But I would like to say, if you need more manpower, I am happy to see it through with you.
Would be an honor to serve alongside a man such as yourself. Have someone not only as capable, as trustworthy as you. I appreciate that you have that trust in me as well.
Ortus is going to raise the bottle and expect, Grail to raise it with him.
Grail will toast.
This one is for Jacob and to bringing down the fuckers that sent him on that. Okay, I need a word that's better than that. This one's for Jacob and for bringing down the system that put him in those predicaments. And he'll obviously cheers and take a fucking huge swig.
Grail will extend the toast. And this one is to Elwyn, whose life taken too soon. May her sacrifice, which put me on this journey, make the lives of many others that much better. And then Grail himself will take a swig as well.
Nice. Dang, the rest of y'all continue the swigs.
Oh, Andrews is in his tent. He has no idea what's going on.
You could totally
invited
hear
to the
them, for
drinking
sure.
session.
Huh?
I didn't know I was invited to the drinking session.
You're
You're
all
just in a
less than
tree.
10 feet away from each other.
Oh no, Thorn is 100% eavesdropping. I didn't say he wasn't. I just said he didn't know he was invited to sit and drink.
Yeah.
What good are pointy ears for if not eavesdropping? He can't help that he hears it. He's just leaning into it a little.
That's fair. But yeah, no, you guys would all be around, and based on what you definitely know of Grail and Ortus at this point, like, for sure, I severely doubt either would mind the company. So you guys are welcome to put in your own cheers, be it in your tent or outside of your tent. Or, poking your head out, being like, hey, bitches. This is for this bitch.
Callista isn't drinking because she is needing her focus to whittle, but she will raise whatever bottle she can find.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You have a lot, like you have your water skin, for example. You could even raise, your little totem as well if you want to.
Maybe she just raises pony instead. A rash of solidarity.
So you raise the pony and the pink glow extends past the fire.
Hell yeah.
What is the toast that you make, Callista?
Yeah, toasting to people lost. Callista hasn't really lost anyone. I guess she'll toast to... Rather than all the people, rather than anyone lost, she'll toast to those they haven't met yet.
Okay. I like it. Andrus, Thorn, Odette.
Yeah, no, Andreas doesn't partake. He's inside his tent. He's heard everything, but he doesn't have anyone to toast to about like he doesn't have that connection, so he does not partake in such a thing.
That's fair. That's fair. Alrighty.
Thorn has
And I
nothing
mean,
else to toast to.
Yeah, Odette's on her high horse. Like,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
so
Alrighty. Well, the toast was made in that case, and the time continues. You two, Grail and Artus, you two drink quite a bit as the night kind of goes on. It's a fairly pleasant night, honestly. It's a fairly nice night. Getting to drink for a little bit, getting to just kind of let time pass you guys by as you listen to the soft motions of the world around you. And yeah, you guys eventually all head to bed as time passes and continues before the next day arrives. As you guys get on, you guys set up all of your supplies, putting everything back into the cart as you need to. Is there any other character interactions you guys would like to have before the cart continues on its long, unending journey?
Nothing that we can't do tomorrow.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
Right?
I would like to say... Oh, wait, does anyone else have something?
No.
Oh, okay. I felt like I was interrupting you.
No, you're good.
Okay. Callista finally finished the, her little whittling piece.
Mm-hmm.
So, she will be trying to sneak it into Artus's gear without him noticing.
Well,
which is probably pretty easy.
But I was about to say, because he's drinking a lot, it would not be very difficult.
Yeah. Oh shit, where'd that go?
To the moon. Alrighty. Well, yeah, you managed to place the little thingamabob into Artus's pack. As, you know, the night goes through, you all get some rest, you wake up a little bit later, and the sun beats down upon you guys, as it oft does, and the day once again starts up, and you guys pack up all your stuff, or in Artus's case, kind of just knocks over his makeshift tent. It's not particularly difficult to deal with the camouflage
Talk about leave no
tent.
trace.
Yeah. And you guys all start on your way, unless you guys would like to say some words to one another.
I have important words.
What's the words?
Important words.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. So, some good important words right there, you know? Alrighty. Yeah. Alright. So you guys head on your way again. Andrus, what is a memory that your character would be having on these roads?
Probably his mission details, missions and stuff. What he will need to do when he arrives.
Okay. So just kind of
Inevitably has
thinking.
to plan for.
So just kind of thinking about the what you have to deal with in Hollow Haven, kind of the difficulties that you're going to be arising against and all that.
Pretty much.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Alrighty. A lot of those memories kind of flow through you, and memories of kind of your childhood, the many times you've had to do something similar to this journey as you've gone on throughout the years, trying to recall the mission statements in your head, trying to recall the stories that you have to sometimes fake your way through, the yous you have to be constantly, depending on the mission that you're taking or anything like that. Those all flow through your head. I'd say probably nothing super specific pops into your head, mostly just remembering what you have to do. We have to do when you get to Haven, wanting to kill what's-his-face when you do get there.
Obviously, yep.
Yeah, and pretty much just like that general stuff flows through your head, unless there's something more specific you want to remember at this current moment.
Is the smell of ozone still in the air?
I would say not
At
the
some point?
moment, as Thorn's not thinking of that memory at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, no, then he wouldn't thing.
No, fair enough. Grail, you're on your horse, kind of next to the cabin, pretty much the same layout as it was last time. Friend Noble Bendo's to your right, General Force to your left. The pathway isn't well worn. This is definitely not a consistent path that is taken more often than not. But it's a nice path for the most part to take. So you're journeying on. Obviously, some memories of long time ago like pop into your head and such. Same memories of specifics that you're thinking of as you're journeying this path.
Well, he'd made a toast to her last night, but he'd be again thinking of his childhood friend, Elwyn.
Okay.
The one who he was very close with before she passed away due to a preventable illness.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of what eventually set him on the very first step. That sort of pushed him on the road to revolution. And while he's out, since he toasted to her, thinking about people who were important that we lost. I guess it's something that's again sort of on his mind as they travel.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. So you're kind of thinking of her as you guys are journeying. You remember some days before she grew like really sick, where you two would play as kids. I imagine that there probably was a stable with at least one or two horses, probably for like general movement or anything like that, or to do this, that, or another thing that you guys used to sneak into. You guys would like take care of the horses or just kind of be general nuisance around them. And that kind of is just like your general memories as you guys are journeying down the road, just kind of like having the peacefulness and remembering the happy moments that you had before the war. With as little as you had back when you were kids, you still had a surprising amount of truly, genuinely happy moments that kind of just like latch into you and just kind of hold on to you for a long while. Odette, was a memory that would be coming to Odette's mind as you journey on through?
I don't know whether there would be any specific memories for Odette.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really her, like, the moment is more important to her than memories for the most part. So she's not so much remembering as she is just keeping an eye on the road, watching for bandits and the like, or like large predator animals and equivalent. She's not remembering, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, I would say as you guys are kind of walking through, where are you guys at the moment? You guys are up here. Oh, now I have to remember where my friend Obobendos were. Ooh. Oh man, hold on. How close are you guys to that section? Hold on. See, this is the problem with not keeping consistent notes about y'all's movements, because I don't recall exactly where I had Tyrant's Wrath group navigate to. I feel like they also went north to a degree. What days, though? Mental mathematics is hard. I'll say you see, I would say you see a surprising lack of large game tracks as you guys are journeying around the area. You would normally expect to see, especially in this general area, you would normally expect to see a lot of fairly large game that moving around. Bears, especially given that there are some fairly large war holes around. You would expect to see at least some of those around, some bear tracks. Boar tracks would be fairly common. A lot of game like that. And you're really not seeing any of those, like, at all, as strange as that is. It's just quiet for the most part. There's not a whole lot that's going around. It's not a whole lot of really any animals that are around your guys's cart. It's just mostly quiet. I mean, you guys are in a plain, so there's not like as many birds as you would expect in like a forest or much of that noise. But for the most part, it's just quiet. No real large game. No, like there's some prey animals that you guys see, some deers, some general fauna, but nothing super large as you guys are moseying on your way.
Okay, well, she's still keeping an eye out, but that's fine. She's a little disappointed, but she's content all the same.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys are continue on the journey. Is a very almost shockingly quiet journey as you guys are continuing forwards. Obviously, it takes about a week or so, and you guys are seeing a significant lack of predator animals as you guys are going through, and especially as you guys are like really continuing your way like deep into this area, you guys are seeing like a significant lack of prey animals too. The areas that you guys are going through and going past, you guys see large trees that have been very clearly like stomped down or bashed through, and they've fallen over as you guys are passing various spots. It looks like something really big and potentially really dangerous ran through this area, although you don't know for certain where it ran through exactly. Definitely not on the path you guys are currently taking, but it cuts right through the path that you guys are on. Based on where the footprints are, it looks like it's going further to the west, and you guys are going to the north. But aside from that, there's not much of interest in these next couple of days. Mostly it's just reminiscing for most of y'all, focusing on potential dangers that are around, the quiet of the plains that you guys are on is unnerving to say the least. Although the further you get from those trees that have fallen down, the more prey noises that are around you guys. You're seeing a few more dangerous animal tracks around you. You do see like one or two bear tracks as well. You could go and journey and kill the thing if you want to, and then come back. That'd be up to you. Trying to give yourself something to do on the long journey if you'd like, or you can just keep going with the full crew. Be up to you.
Are we down for a detour?
Who am I to ignore a plot hook?
I didn't get my question.
Oh,
Was you?
what'd you ask?
What's the question?
Sorry.
No, that's good.
What was the question?
No, you didn't ask me about my memory.
I did. You were the first one.
You did. You were the first one.
Oh, was I? I must have been.
The lightning!
Yeah, remember
Oh,
what was happening?
After that, I left because my mother's stuff, and I thought you did everybody then, and I thought you were doing everybody again now. So I'm like, oh.
No, I took half of you for the first day and took the other half on the second day.
Thor, put the Ouija board away. Stop talking to Mom.
But yeah, no, you guys are doing pretty good. All right, so what are you guys doing exactly at the moment?
Oh, Callista's gonna jump off the cart.
Okay. Yeet.
Feral creature sees a plot hook.
Andrew
Feral
slows
creature
the cart
senses
to a-
adventure.
Andrew slows the cart to a stop and is just like, so we're doing this now? Fuck.
All right, so are you guys following the large trees that have been felled over? The large tracks are there?
Oh yeah.
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 How dare you guys be on the same tracks as another group? Damn it. Okay, hold on. Think about what's going on
How dare
today.
you guys follow the plot hook that I put right in front of you? How dare you eat this big
Guys,
juicy steak I cooked?
Ignore
just
the
for you?
plot hook. Stay on the path.
No, I don't think I
Callista
will.
seeks adventure.
Embrace death. Okay, hold on. I have to think about what's
Yes,
going to be
wait,
here. Don't worry, Callista. There won't be a large spike trap below you. Don't worry about it.
That's okay, she floats.
Damn, you're right. All right. Oh, this is hard to think about. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. There's so
holding.
many different things that compound themselves into this one moment here.
But you didn't have to give it to us.
But I did because you guys walked past it, because you guys are going on the right journey, and I love it. But also, there's so much here. Okay, so what we're going to do is...
It's off.
Callista, you have the highest survival, right?
I don't like that question. Maybe.
Ominous statement.
Feel free to roll
Why are
me
you-
survival.
Oh, yummy.
Because later in the
Hold on.
session, I would do something different, but I will work with what I have, because I'm excited.
Oh.
To think about the days and times.
Oh. Funny you say that. I'm getting a black screen on the Foundry website.
Usually you just have to
Uh-oh,
wait for
idiot.
that.
Did you just load it in? It does take a minute.
Oh. Okay, yes. Yes, I did.
Yeah, usually it takes
It
like
said
45
something,
seconds.
something
or something.
fatal error, and then it black screened me, and I went,
Oh.
guys.
Don't
Okay,
normally
so
have that happen.
Survival checking, am I?
Yeah, survival check.
Yummy. Okay.
Oh boy. Okay.
Ooh, Nelly.
Let me roll something real quick.
Callista's surviving?
Interesting.
Look at
Just
that manner of
surviving.
speaking.
Okay. Okay, I got some stuff in me. Who has the second highest survival?
I have +2.
That's a survival.
I mean, it's based on wisdom, so probably not me.
We have the same wisdom, so.
+1.
Unless either of us are trained in it by some Miracle.
God.
Is survival
not.
like a why does no one else have this?
I have
I mean,
+2 in survival,
Okay.
As do
and
I.
I'm like proficient or whatever.
I have a -1,
Okay,
yeah,
that's-
no.
Andrus, oh, you're half proficient. I'm gonna give it to Odette because they're full proficient rather than you're half proficient. Odette, roll me a survival check real quick.
That's
I cast
unwise
guidance.
of you.
Guidance.
What's that give? What is that? Is that just a default?
A 1d4, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Normal. Yeah.
Okay. Woo,
I
boy.
tried.
It's
You
gonna
really
be
did.
it's gonna be very interesting. Okay, hold on. They're
I was
so
distracted by the trees.
very distracted by the
They're very nice
trees.
trees.
The
So
trees, they say words to me.
the trees speak very many pretty words. So you guys are kind of maneuvering the cart over onto this trail. This trail is huge, by the way. It's like easily 15 feet wide, and goes on for quite a while. There are trees that are pretty much like stomped into the ground, so you can clearly see this is some kind of creature that has stomped the trees into the ground, like basically put their foot against one side of it and crushed it forwards into the ground. This thing is huge, to say the least. As you guys are continuing forwards, with an 11 and an 8. With a 9 against it. Yeah, I will say, as you guys follow these tracks, which is not hard to do in the slightest, the sound of all fauna around you, all animals around you, has pretty much died out. There's pretty much no sound of creatures around you at this point. And we are going to go with I have a very exciting idea. We're going to go with I can't remember which one would have this as its base nature hideout. Hold on. Which one would fall into this? Found in mountainous regions, swamps, wastelands.
We found Bigfoot, guys.
Forests.
Essentially.
I believe these are also mountains. Interesting. So they're saying it's not a single plains? Okay. That's fine. Oh, I didn't know those existed. Oh. There's so many things I could do at this exact moment in time, and so difficult to figure out what to throw at y'all at the moment. But I'm so excited to throw something incredible at you. Okay, hold on.
As long as it's not a green dragon.
Nah, those are forest dwellers.
See, why
This
would you
is a
put that in
plains.
his mind? Why would you put that sentiment out in the world?
Totally not trying to push narrative.
Jeez.
Push narrative. You want that?
You're trying to kill us. That's what you're trying to do.
I
You
said
wanna get dragons?
I said I'm trying to not.
You say that.
I said as long as it's not.
Doesn't mean it will. I mean, fucking. You say this. It's gonna give him
Someone
ideas.
on the adventure just to see a dragon.
Oh boy, I hope it's not a Tarask. That would be awful. God, don't throw a Tarask at us, DM. Whatever you do, don't bring a Tarask into this. That would be the worst.
You've
Oh,
literally
Odette could take a Tarask.
no.
In like 2 levels, maybe.
Like 2 levels, maybe.
All right.
Crazy fucking
Dude, that's the
statement.
equivalent of handing him a fucking hand grenade without like the pin still in it and telling him to pull the pin for us.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So
20
I'd do
red
that.
dragons, a purple worm, all for me. You shouldn't have.
The king of the sea grew legs and wants a rematch?
good God. So you guys are following this this really fucked up trail. As you're following
An
it,
M21 Abrams?
as you guys are following it, you were trying to follow specifically the tracks it was making, and you were fairly confident at the beginning that it was a boar. It's a massive fucking boar. You've never seen a boar this big before, but the tracks were almost precisely a boar, just about 12 times larger than a boar should be. However, you have now lost the boar tracks. You're still following the rather wide destruction, but you now lost the boar tracks, and now you're seeing possibly a lizard, maybe lizard tracks, as you guys are journeying down the place. Is definitely going from some form of foresty terrain to some form of rocky terrain. Like, it's some weird mixture of the two as you guys are heading down further. The tracks are distinctly reptilian now. 100%. You're not really sure what kind of reptilian. With those survival checks, this could be anything from possibly a dragon all the way to some kind of really large crocodile to some kind of weird ass fucking overgrown like house lizard. Yeah, you guys aren't entirely sure. The tracks are very muddled, and you're possibly confident that there is also a boar somewhere. It's really weird.
Druid BS.
Mega gecko. It is the mega gecko that we have found.
The mega gecko. All right. As you guys continue further, this like rather wide area of destruction, I suppose, gets fucking weird. It gets fucking weird. The best way I can describe it is imagine two massive territorial beasts are starting to suplex each other into various aspects of this road. And just flinging each other left and right. They're bouncing everywhere. You aren't really sure what the fuck could have caused this. But it must be two really fucking large creatures. If anyone would like to, you guys can try to roll another survival check to have some semblance of where this area is leading you to.
How'd you battle?
Instead of
Callista got
survival
us!
There's
on
Callista.
tracking, could I investigate the area, maybe determine how recent this was?
Absolutely, yeah.
I would like to know if we are currently in the presence of some sort of aggressive large beast or not, and we're about to walk into its fucking den.
See, you do the book smart, Callista do the tree smart.
Odette, you can definitely tell this path is leading you in the same direction.
See, we are making progress.
Yeah, we're advancing.
Yeah?
Yeah, in the way we're supposed to. Behind a
Alrighty.
giant creature. Or two.
So, Callista and Thorn, you guys are kind of getting very similar things. Callista, you're definitely seeing two very distinct tracks. It's really difficult to tell, though, because they're definitely muddled. You can tell there's probably some kind of fighting between the two of them, although you're not really sure what these are still, but these are definitely two oversized creatures just attacking each other. You're not 100% sure why, because this is out of territory for, well, what would be out of territory for both of them. Either a lizard or a boar. This is definitely not their natural habitats, especially moving into this rocky domain. But they're definitely, they were having a scuffle, and the scuffle's gone on for a while. You guys have been journeying on this road essentially for the better part of like 45 minutes to an hour, and you guys are still moving down it. Thorn, using your investigative abilities, you guys can tell, or you can tell specifically, there is some blood that has been drawn every now and again. The two of them are definitely attacking with the intention to kill. Some kind of territorial battle has been established here, and it appears like at least one of them was running. Whether or not it was running to gain territory, to like basically gain advantage over the other, you're not 100% sure. But this is definitely like essentially one is running away, the other is following. It tries to jump on top of the other one, and the journey continues. These are two creatures who are relatively intelligent, battling each other, and not seeming to give up even outside of their previous territory for one reason or another. You guys continue further, being headed on by Callista, who is very routinely tracking the footsteps, making sure that you guys don't go in the right direction. Eventually, it leads from this foresty area over to this rocky domain, like really, really hard rocky domain. And these rocks are crushed. Like there's a whole path that's just like crushed rocks and stuff. There's a lot of blood that you guys can tell that is like caked onto these rocks. In terms of how long it's been, Thorn, from what you can tell, this had to have been probably several hours ago. This path. Them running, them attacking each other. It was almost certainly sometime in the early morning while you guys were sleeping quite a ways from this. But after a certain point, Callista, you stop being able to track one of their footsteps. What appears to have been the boar. You can't seem to find those tracks anymore. Instead, the only thing that you're able to find is the weird lizard tracks. As you guys head on and continue moving on forwards and just kind of pushing your way forwards, you're starting to, like, the large, wide break of the land is starting to shrink. The massive quantities of rocks that were pummeled into or broken or thrown into, or, you know, the list goes on, starts to diminish. You guys can see there is now a trail of blood that you guys are now following, that leads into what appears to be a small, like not small, but a relatively small sized cave. A little earlier, I would say probably like maybe 15 minutes earlier, you guys would have seen what had caused all this blood. It would appear to have been a large rock that most likely one of these creatures, based on what Callista is seeing, probably the lizard, fell onto or got thrown onto, that almost certainly pierced it. The amount of damage you guys are not quite sure, but is a decent amount of blood that you guys have been following for quite a while now. But you guys get to what appears to be the mouth of this cave. And yeah, I'm assuming you guys put the cart to the side just in case, and you guys are now all kind of grouped up a little bit away from the cave entrance, looking over it. You guys may discuss with each other.
Yes, a lot of words.
Yeah, many words.
What kind of preparations do we want to make before we go sauntering into the cave?
I might want to fucking re-prepare my spells. We did get the chance.
Thorn's going straight in.
Really? Oh, we ball. Callista's going.
The wizard going in first? Wow.
The wizard face checking? Hell yeah.
So I do believe that's how you die, but you know, fair enough.
Gee, I really hope that some some sort of tank prevents my death.
The tank cannot prevent your death if you are at the front.
I guess I'll go in as well, since I am still on my horse, and this looks like we might get to beat the shit out of something, so Odette's fully on board with immediately entering the cave.
Leroy
I'm seeing
Jenkins.
I'm seeing Callista and Thorn running in, and Grail is just like, Jesus.
No. He's not running. He's just walking in. Just.
Grail will
wants
just
to
follow
see a
along.
dragon.
Grail does not have high confidence for the survival rates of these people walking into whatever the fuck this is.
The
it'll
most
be fine.
casual walk ever seen. It's like, we got this, buddies.
Yeah, this is fine. We got this. Don't stress.
Our friendship will win. Trust.
All right.
Trust.
Yeah, so you guys start walking on forwards with the most confidence I've ever seen out of a D&D party in my fucking life.
No, we got
And
this.
you
Stop
guys
asking
get
questions.
to kind of the mouth of the cave. It's a fairly dark cave. Like, even with the sun blasting over you, it's relatively hard to see. Does anyone, I think I know the answer to this is Andros and half the party. Does anyone have dark vision?
Nope.
You know, normally when I ask that question, people jump at the bit to say it.
Yes, I do.
I think I'm the only one who doesn't, but I also have a rat.
No,
that
I
glows.
don't.
So,
No.
I don't have dark vision.
All right, so
Dark vision's for
human.
nerds.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I'm made of flesh and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
so am I.
So, Callista and Odette are the only ones who can't peer semi-deeply into this cave. The rest of you guys, about 60-some feet in or so. It's a cave. It's a pretty intense cave. There's a lot of rocks in this cave. It looks like somebody threw a fucking landslide of rocks just without the land into this cave. There's a fuck ton of rocks into this cave. The blood is definitely leading very far into this cave, from what you can tell. Obviously, about 60 feet or so, you can't really see further. You guys can light a torch if you guys want to, or just lead with either of the two bigums in there. What do you guys like to do?
Does anybody
Do
have
I
a
smell
torch?
like... I was gonna say, do we like smell gas or anything? Because if not, I will just light a torch.
You do not smell gas, no.
Beautiful.
Alrighty. So, yeah, you light a torch, Odette. The light kind of bounces off the cave walls. This cave is, I want to say approximately like 40 feet tall-ish. So, fairly large ceiling. Kind of going into what appears to be a hill, but then it goes down, like it curves downwards. So as you guys walk a little forwards, you can tell it's a slope. It's not like a hard 45-degree angle. You guys can walk up and down it as much as you guys want. It's not particularly difficult, but as you guys start walking down the cave, yeah, it's dark. It's quiet. The light bounces around you guys. You guys can hear your breathing. You guys can hear your footsteps. It's kind of spooky down here. It's kind of spooky.
I'm gonna help Odette real quickly.
Adds to
Since
the
we're not-
vibes.
Since we're not in combat,
Huh?
I'm gonna make Odette's torch brighter, but it's gonna burn out faster.
All right,
Yeah,
fair enough. You light the flame, even more so, kind of expanding upon it. It extends quite a bit down the path, and as it does so, it lights quite far, pretty much to the bottom of the slope. And you guys can see there is a substantial amount of blood that is at the base of this slope.
Fucking joy.
Beautiful. No, this. Hold on. Sorry, this is the first time Odette's spoken this entire session. Sorry. Fantastic. This is good news. Whatever is at the bottom of the cave is probably more injured than it has any right to be. Now, I know that some of you will be like, oh, but the injured cornered animal is more dangerous, and that's not true. It's just easier to kill. So she will adventure forwards with no concerns.
Fair enough.
Andreas just looks over to Grail and Artus and the others and just like, do me.
Andrews
We don't
just
go
looks
in,
on like
they-
he's in a sitcom.
Pretty much.
They probably die. I do not want that blood on my hands.
Okay. So I guess we're following?
Grail,
Fair
is,
enough.
like, if these guys are going in, Grail is just gonna get in the lead. He does not want them to die.
Alright.
When we reach the like big pool of blood that I assume is the bottom of this tunnel, so dumb. Can I taste test it? I've drunk a lot of blood in my time. Can I taste test it to identify the creature?
Oh
'Cause
boy.
different creatures' bloods taste different, you know. So
They do. I don't even know how I would roll this.
you could just tell me what kind of creature it is. We can save the rolling. Can you just give this to me?
Well, it's a lizard. Tasted many lizards. This is a
I
lizard.
mean, I've killed Dragonborn before. They're basically lizards.
Yeah, it's a very similar taste. I could not possibly describe it.
It's definitely a lizard of some description. I could not tell you more from the taste of the blood, but it's definitely lizard blood. Do we see anything now that we're?
Yeah,
Do we see anything now that we're at the bottom of the ramp?
Yeah, I would say, huh?
I was gonna say, can Andreas look around the cave a little bit more in this area?
Yeah. Now that you guys are at the bottom of the cave, in front of you, which appears to be where a lot of the blood is pooling out from, is a massive fucking pile of rocks and what possibly appears to be bone. It looks like if you took a whole bunch of dead bodies and then had a landslide on top of it. And mostly had bones jutting out of it. Aside from that, around you guys is, well, it's a cave. It's rock.
Are they fresh bones or are they old bones? Is the question now.
From what you can tell, I have no idea how to answer that, to be perfectly honest with you.
Are they fresh or old? It's a simple question. What do you mean you don't know how to answer it?
Is there tissue still attached to said bones, or is it just pure white bone?
It's pure white bone.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're
it's
old.
bone. Yeah. How was that a difficult question to answer?
It's hard to tell you what the age of bones are.
No, it's not. Are they
It's called
old or new?
archaeology! It's called archaeology!
I'm not an archaeologist.
Listen,
I'm a librarian,
Can we
damn it.
carbon date these bones?
I'm not a doctor. I'm a doctor, damn it.
But is there anything more to this cave other than like the bones or anything like that? Is there like fucking footprints, fucking claw marks, anything? I'm looking for that kind of stuff.
Surrounding you, you guys kind of saw, like, prints, but a lot of the prints that you guys had been either walking on or walking past, it appears like the land itself, the rocks and the dust and everything like that, appears to have moved over it, similar to, like, snow or dust would inside of a tundra or a desert. So most of the prints that you guys would assume would be down here have kind of been overwritten, I suppose, by the general land. So most of what you're seeing at the moment is this massive, what appears to almost be a landslide full of bones, and a cave.
A bone slide, if you will.
A bone slide, yeah, bone slide, shit ton of blood, possibly from whatever was, slaughtered underneath this landslide, and rocks around you in the cave. The cave of rocks. The rocks specifically made in this cave.
Yeah.
Those rocks? Got it.
Yeah. Cave rocks, yeah. Rock caves, yeah.
Anywhere else to go? Is there more tunneling? Is there fucking...
There appears to be stuff behind the landslide, like further down deep into the caves and stuff. You'd have to probably walk over the landslide. You could potentially walk to the sides of this massive pile of bones, but it's a little bit of a compressed against the wall almost. You probably have to like climb over it a little bit. Now, I will say, as a group thing, who here has experience specifically with animal breathing?
I would assume Callista?
I know breathing in
That's a
general.
bit of a-
I know when things
Sounds
are
good
alive
to
and
me.
dead.
Callista, roll me survival,
I was
or
gonna say it's
perception,
bit of a
whichever one is
reach,
higher.
but-
Oh no, Callisto isn't good at reaching things.
It's okay, she can float.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she floats!
Damn straight she can.
So Callisto, one thing that's just kind of been like itching in the back of your brain this whole time. This whole time you guys have gone into this cave, and you guys have kind of gone down a slope and stuff. There's been a consistent sound that's just kind of been going over. It kind of sounds almost like, the shifting of rocks almost. You kind of like just kind of play out of your mind for a little bit because it's just such a constant noise that it's barely perceivable. But now that you're at the bottom of this slope, now that you're really, there, it's really fucking bugging you what is. So you take a moment, you kind of stand there, you kind of almost meditate on the sound a little bit. And then you look forwards, and as you do so, you recognize one thing immediately. When two eyeballs start staring at you from this bone slide, you recognize it's breathing. As you are now staring at a particularly large eyeball from the bone slide. From the positioning that you guys are in, you're the only one who can see it at the moment.
I'm the only one who can see it. Does it look like a good boy or girl?
I cannot even begin to fathom how to define that.
Does it look deadly?
I mean, it hasn't attacked yet, so is it preparing something or is it like chilling?
I'd say it's watching you.
I might still have a fish on me. Do I still have a fish on me? Could I offer the bone slide a fish?
Okay. So the rest of you guys see Callista very carefully reaching into her bag and pulling out a fish.
Yep. It's like
While
that
staring-
scene in Jurassic Park.
While
where he, like,
staring
gets
at this
these
bone
rabbits.
pile, she's just waving a fish in front of it.
Oh boy.
What do the rest of you guys do while just watching her kind of like taunt a bone pile with fish?
Callista, I do not believe that is safe. Get back.
It hasn't attacked yet, but you guys might want to get back in case it takes my hand off.
It? What do you mean it? What do you mean it?
The bone slide is staring at us.
What, like it has corpses that have eyes that are looking at us, or?
No, as in it blinked at me and it's breathing.
Oh, I didn't realize rocks could be alive.
This.
Hello, strange rock pile. Are you alive? What is happening here?
Slowly starts to shift its body, and you guys can tell that rather than it being a rock slide with bones coming out of it, this is instead what appears to be bone plates that were covered in rocks that has like jutting out bone spikes from it that appear to be its own bones, from what you can tell, as it starts to stand up and kind of roll its body a little bit. And as it turns to look at you, you guys have only heard stories of this from many, many years ago. This is a gray dragon. Possibly one of the last gray dragons that have that exist at the moment. As it slowly turns to look at you guys, easily around 30-some feet in length, as it kind of looks at all of you, and in a perfect mimicry of Callista's voice, it goes, "I just want to feed it."
Fucking excuse me?
It's
Does it-
gray
does it have
like
the list?
me.
Does it have the
Does it
list?
have the list?
It does,
Go
in
on.
fact, have her lisp. It is a perfect
Go on,
mimicry of
Sen,
her
mimic
lisp.
my character. Do your best Callista voice, Sen.
Fuck no. I could die if I wanted to.
You look pretty injured, Monsieur, Madame Dragon. What are you doing here? What's happening? Why?
bitch.
Sorry, I zoned out for like a while, and then you all ran off. So I was following you, and then we went into a cave because I thought we were going to fight something, and now there's a dragon.
It kind of tilts its head as it looks at Odette. Its entire body has kind of like maneuvered slightly, clearly trying to protect what appears to still be dripping with blood from its side. And in a, it shifts its voice a little bit, and kind of moves it down, and it goes, "I am sleeping. Or was."
No, I'm pretty sure you were bleeding out. That's what the blood is. Yeah, blood doesn't taste very good, by the way.
It will heal.
But yeah, you were bleeding out. Should probably see a doctor about that.
I'm a doctor. Well, a cleric. Do I count? Can I kill the dragon?
It tilts its head in genuine confusion at that question.
I don't see why you can't kill the dragon. There's nothing stopping you from doing so.
Why
has,
would
like-
you?
Well, you haven't attacked us yet, and I like the cut of your jib.
Hey, Thorn, do you know about whatever this is? You're a book nerd.
Looks us in out of character. Can I make a intelligence check?
Yeah, roll me a history check. You have some base knowledge, but how much you have is debatable. Because it was a long time ago was when the last one of these guys was seen.
Speaking of checks, could I whip up, like, is the dragon hurt? Because if so, could I whip up a medicine check on this nerd?
Dragon is very clearly very hurt. You are more than welcome to roll a medicine check if you like.
Hell yeah. Come here,
If it
Puff, I'm
lets you-
inspecting you.
If it lets you get close enough to do it.
Nice.
Listen, the dragon is grey, the dragon has mimicked Callista, Callista is pack bonded with it. It's her friend now.
Oh boy.
That might end badly. You're welcome to do a history check. Yep. Alright. That'll work. So, from what you recall from your books, of the many that you've read about dragons, it was just a thing that you like to do when you had spare time. Gray dragons, or otherwise known as fang dragons, are particularly dangerous. They're usually inside of rocky areas, such as the one that you're in at the moment, as they often use it to bash their enemies' skulls into the rocks until their enemies stop moving. They can kind of sort of speak, and they're kind of sort of intelligent, but for the most part, they have perfect mimicry of any voice that they have heard in the past, and they are prone to extreme bouts of rage.
Sees Callista walking up.
What about it?
Reaches out to grab Callista's shoulder. Just be extremely cautious. They're a little temperamental.
Don't worry, I am so used to things that are grey and temperamental. And Callista will look at Grail.
Okay.
So,
that convinced Thorn.
No, Thorn is just as intrigued as you are, so he's walking up with you. He still has his hand on your shoulder.
Oh my god.
so as a quick side note, really quick. Can I step behind Grail
Yeah?
out of sight of this thing?
You're welcome to, yeah.
Cool, I'm casting invisibility. Fuck this shit.
Everyone else is like,
I'm gone.
reasonably concerned. Meanwhile, Thorn and Callista are like, we have found the most feral barn cat, and we would like it.
Odette has dismounted her horse at this stage and is also moving closer, but for different reasons.
Oh, I'm so
Sometimes
concerned.
one has to. Sometimes someone has to discipline the barn cat to remind them of who's in charge.
As Callista, you start to get closer, you can see it has a pretty fucking deep wound in its side. Like, it very clearly landed on whatever it was that you guys saw earlier, that massive jet of rock, and it fucking dug into it. It would probably heal over time, especially if it got enough rest, enough food, but as it is right now, it's severely weakened compared to how it usually is.
If you let me closer, I can inspect that and heal it for you. I'm a healer. Jesus. It looks at you with a weary eye, as its other eye seems to like glance over at Odette, and it simply goes,
Why would you take care of one you've just found?
Well, why wouldn't I? Someone found me and took care of me, and I've turned out pretty good. Maybe you just need someone to take care of you.
Maybe so.
So will you let me take a look at that?
Do as you will, child.
Dragon time.
Uh-huh,
I did get a 26. Oh no, wait, 22 on the medicine check earlier. If that does anything to help Dragon.
You can definitely see it's pretty heavily wounded. You could spend some spell slots to heal it if you'd like.
I was gonna say, would I
that's an
have
option.
any like? Alright. I was gonna say, would I have like any herbs to like ease the pain or something? But
For something this size, no.
No.
This wound is like probably the size of like your head, and it goes like
Jesus.
5 or 6 inches into its stomach.
My healing is not very good, but we will try to heal the dragon.
Thorn would like to speak in Draconic. Obviously, it knows Common.
Mm-hmm.
Just casually asking what sort of creature had caused this.
It kind of like looks at you and it responds in Draconic, which for the rest of you who don't speak Draconic, it's...
I do.
Oh, nice. It's a weird... it's a weird, mostly growl language, it sounds like. And, you guys can see it respond to Thorn, and it simply replies something along the lines of,
A massive boar, larger than I.
How big is this dragon again?
about 35 feet in width, or in length. It's
One
a
big pig.
Yeah.
5 healing. All right. You speak your incantations, and the wound closes, and it stops bleeding onto the ground. So that's Callista and Thorn. We'll go with Odette. Are you still walking with dragon, or are you walking in front of the dragon? What are you doing?
I mean, yeah, Odette's waiting. She's
Okay.
keeping an eye on the dragon. She's like circling it
Mhm.
like it's prey, because it is. But she's waiting to see whether or not it will like be peaceful, or whether she gets to add Dragon Slayer to her titles.
Jesus.
Fair enough. All right, Andres, you turned invisible behind Grail. You can
Yup.
see Callista has now healed the dragon, at least caused it to stop bleeding. What are you doing? What are you doing at the moment?
And I heard the conversation with
Yeah.
it and Thorn.
Giant boar attacked it.
Is there any sign of the boar being in here? Like, is it dead, or is it like icy?
No
nuts?
signs of
Like,
the
I
boar
don't-
whatsoever.
Meaning this boar is probably gone, or it. Fuck it. It makes me a little more anxious knowing that I can't find this fucking boar, and
The
it's
boar-
bigger than this motherfucker.
The boar could be gone. The boar could be watching the cave, waiting.
Exactly.
It's a lot this boar could be
I'm
doing.
gonna- Invisible. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, didn't the boar tracks like stop a while ago?
They did about half an hour or
So-
so ago.
Yeah, I don't think it's in this area.
I'm gonna go up to Thorn and like whisper in his ear, ask it if it killed the boar.
Thorn is immediately. Thank you for doing that. Thorn takes a mental note, speaks Draconic. That's the first thing he thinks before he even thinks about responding to the dragon. Then, yeah, Thorn asks if the boar will die of its injuries, or if it has a chance of coming back.
The dragon simply says, it left me for dead. Believed the rock to have injured. I do not know where it went, more or less.
Fun.
Alrighty. Artus and Grail, what are you two doing as you see this, as pretty dangerous situation?
Grail is torn between wanting to pull his sword out in case things go wrong, but then also realizing that may like anger it and seeing that it's sort of eyeing off Odette. So I think
Yeah, I
Grail
was-
is actually going to he's going to take the helmet off his belt and put it on.
Okay. Now, Artus?
I was about to say the same thing. Like he would feel like he should be grabbing his sword, but he would be very hesitant. So he would probably just keep his hand ready near it, just in case.
Very nice. Alrighty, with this very tense moment, the last thing I will say before we leave off for tonight, as Callista heals the side of this fanged dragon, and it kind of closes. It's definitely not like healed fully, obviously. With only 5 healing, it barely touched it, but it did stop it from essentially bleeding to death. So it has a particularly high chance of survival at this point. As she does so, and it responds to Thorn, Odette, you would be the only one who would like have a really good view of this because of your positioning, and also the fact that you know exactly what kind of smile this is. It smiles as it looks down at Callista, and you can tell, especially from your many years of fighting predators for the most part, and also just your general you-ness and your love for fighting.
Yeah. Yes.
It's absolutely going to try to eat Callista the next moment it's able to. 100%. You can guarantee its next move is going to be to snap down on Callista.
Do I know Draconic? Please. No, damn it.
That
It's
grin
worth
that it shows is the most like violent grin that you've seen since the last time that you wanted to kill a god.
It is worth it for the dragon. I don't care. It's great, like me.
I'm sorry, Callista.
It chose the right person to mimic because now Callista isn't dead to it.
It's very good what it does. But all right, with that bit of knowledge, we will do initiative next time. Just remind me, Odette, you will get a free first surprise round against it. As right now, it doesn't think you're going to attack it until it kills your friend. From what you can tell. If you were in this position, you would do the exact same goddamn thing. At least I would imagine. So, with that knowledge, and the fact that you are very, very uniquely inclined to this mindset, you will get the first attack, and then proper initiative order next time. But, next time, in however long it's going to be, did we say 2 weeks? Question mark? Andros?
I think so.
Most likely in 2 weeks, as I believe Thornton is going to be busy next week, Saturday. Most likely in 2 weeks, we will have you guys start with your initiative, as well as kind of how you guys are thinking at this exact moment in time. But hopefully you guys had a wonderful time. Fuck you, ads. I'm going to scoot you back a little bit here. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful time with this shit I just pulled out of my ass because I fucking could. I thought it was a really neat side quest thing. As we go and journey over to somebody else. Hopefully you guys had a hell of a lot of fun today. This was a glorious time, especially getting to see your guys' mindsets and kind of dive deep into you guys' perspectives a little bit. So if you guys have not already, please go check out all of our players. They are awesome. They are wonderful. They have their own stream. They have own streams and stuff like that, and they are super cool people. And we're going to go into my end screen. There we go. And find somebody to raid. I'm thinking that we raid... Who are we going to raid today? We could raid Stardew Valley. We could raid Hollow Knight. Or... Well, no, her one finished. Hollow Knight or Stardew Valley. Which one? Which one you guys want to do?
Hollow Knight's good.
Yeah, Hollow Knight.
Alright, Hollow Knight it is. We're gonna pop over to my friend Sarandi, who is an absolute sweetheart. She's super cool, super sweet, and just a wonderful, wonderful being in general. If you guys have not already copied the raid message, please copy that right there so they know that you came over from me and that you are a wonderful being. And we're going to give her some love because she's super cool, and I love Hollow Knight with a lot of my heart. We will most likely be back in a couple of hours as we come back to some Resident Evil 9 speedrunning, because I wasn't able to do that yesterday, and that made my soul hurt. So we're going to fix that by doing it a little bit tonight. Alright, have a wonderful night, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see all of you fine folks next time. Bye!
Bye, everybody!
Bye.
You just delete us.